Good morning, good Friday morning. This is Jackie again with another project from Valori's Enchanted fabric line. Today, I'm getting to a point where I'm using up a lot of the fabrics after the bigger projects that I did. This is a little fun banner. It's funky flags. Ta-da, here we go. So, how I did this, there's no pattern. You don't need a pattern, seriously folks, you don't need a pattern, but I'll show you what I did. Okay, so I had all these little strips left over, and so what I did is I started sewing them together and made, I believe it's called strata. Strata? Is that correct? Strata, okay. Now, I've got this, that's the last piece I have, so I did all the flags and this is what I had left. I saved so I could actually show you what I did. Here's that beautiful orange that was sent to me that I'm using for the back of all of them. So if you're having an orange party, you can use that on one side and then turn it over when you're tired of the orange. Okay, so a lot of this is recycled, just to let you know. The ribbon is old, that's fine. The whole idea is to use things up nowadays, and that's what we're gonna do. So I have this piece, and then I have a backing piece that's about the same size. Put them right sides together, okay? Like so. And then I used a 45-degree ruler, and mine that I used, we actually are carrying them in the store now. This is the ruler that we have in the store. But this one, I found in my stash from 1988. Ta-da! And so I thought, well, I'll use that. Just lay it on your fabric, like so. You got your backing, so your right sides together, so when you cut it, it's ready to actually sew. So I just cut, you can actually go to the edge if you want. And remember, these are funky. They do not have to be straight. My flag.
Excuse me, sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I got one of those going on too. Okay, cut. So, there is one of my flags. And at this point, I'm just gonna pin it. We have these cool little pin holders that you can put your pins in, and they fold down flat. This is it. So, I'm just gonna, and I would just pin it. I'm not gonna worry about pinning it too much at this point. And then of course, when you sew it, we're just gonna sew, I back tack on these sides. Go down to the point and come back up. Boom, pretty simple. And turn them inside out, right side out, I should say. Raw edge, don't worry about it. That's what the flag looks like, press it. So, but now I can actually take my ruler and turn it this way and cut another one. I will get 4 out of this. Obviously, if your piece of fabric was bigger, you'd get more flags, but I'll get 4 out of this. And then I would just do the same thing again here. Boom. I'm not gonna worry about that at this point. We can do that later. Okay, so that's that. Now, you got all your little flags sewed, turned inside out. You got your raw edge. I don't want to sew those up. This is how I put it together. So however long you want your strip to be, I added on the end of mine, you'll see that I added ties. So I could actually tie it to a banner. I have them on both ends. I wouldn't make them too big because you can make as many as you want, but this way you have more control with it. Plus, if you only have that much fabric, that's all you need to worry about, like 9 flags. So I didn't do them, I didn't make too many. I'm gonna do 2 strands this size. So let's just say that my ties, I think my ties were like 18 inches. So I could actually mark on one end here, okay? And then I'm gonna start laying my flags on here. This is really cool, peep. You don't have to worry about anything. Lay them down, pull this back here a little bit. Right on top, like that, about halfway. About halfway. Doesn't matter if they're straight, doesn't matter if they're the same distance together. Okay, pin them all on there. Okay, actually probably I would use smaller pins than this. Okay, pin them all on there. Then you're going to do you're going to stitch them on. I would just do like a running stitch, a basting stitch. That's what I'm trying to think of. Baste them on here. That's all you need to do. Then you're going to take a second piece of ribbon, make sure that it's long enough for your tie, and then I pin through all of it, through everything, just right on top of each other like that. These are already based on there, so there's no pins under there. Remember that, okay? Okay, then you are going to start about 1 inch off, top stitch, back tack here, like this one, okay? So that when your ties don't come apart, all right? And you're just gonna do a straight stitch all along the top of your ribbon. You're gonna wanna match your thread with your ribbon. And then when that's done, go back and do the same stitch on the top of it. That's it. Super simple, so you don't even have to be a very good sewer. This is definitely a beginner project. And then you'll be able to tell your friends and family that you made them all by yourself. So that, oh, and also, this is pretty cool too, because when you're sewing these kind of things together and you have a lot of them that you're sewing, this is really quite clever. It's got an old rotary blade in there. What do you do with your old rotary blades? Put them in here, and then you can just cut as you go. You don't need a pair of scissors to cut all your little pieces apart. It works, but I really like this. And then it comes apart and you can store it in this little case when you're done. But it's a great, whoops. There we go. And it's magnetic and it closes. Carry that around with you, and you always have a cutter, so you don't have to use your scissors if you don't want to cut things apart. I really like those. And then the little pencil, the pin holder. Those are on our website. Oh, one more thing. So these have little balls on the ends of them. Okay, this is where we really recycled. A few years back, Val had garland that she did that had all these little jingle balls on it that she had made using our pom-pom makers. And we have these in the store also. These are pretty cool. And this little wooden one comes with some really cool ideas for it. There's a little book that goes with that too. So there's all kinds of pom-pom makers. I just cut them off of this garland and sewed them onto the ends of these. And they're different sizes, different lengths, different sizes. It just makes it a really fun little garland. It's a little funky flag. And you can do it with anything. You'll have fun. Your kids will love it. I bet your grandma will love it too. Thank you.